Jeremy is looking for a second date update today. Hi, Jeremy. How are you?
Am I on the air?
Yeah, good to have you here with us. How things? Besides getting blown off, how's life treating you?
Well, it's another day in the pandemic, so, I'm hanging in there. But I really appreciate you guys taking my call about this because I can't figure it out.
Yeah, so take us to the beginning. How did you meet Nancy?
Yeah. Also, I'm a huge fan, so this means a lot.
Oh,
This
good.
means a lot to
Cool.
me.
It's good to talk to you.
Yeah, we met, it's 2022, so we met on Match. And we actually, this is not just one date. I know usually you guys do this after one date, but we went out a couple of times, actually. We did like a quick lunch the first time, and then we went to dinner the second time when we got together. And, both times, I thought everything went great. Mm-hmm. She was very attractive, she was very friendly, pretty smile, great laugh, really easy to talk to. She was a little shy at times, which I like. Shyness to me comes kind of across as like mysterious, and I kind of like that, trying to like figure things out.
Yeah.
But nothing crazy to report here. And after dinner, we stopped by my place for a little while, but it was just for a drink. And then she left.
She have her own car? I'm just trying to get the logistics of it. How did she get home?
Yeah, she had her own car. And we did kiss. I don't know if I mentioned that. I kissed her goodbye, and it was a really nice kiss. Nothing over the top. There was absolutely nothing that I can think of that went sideways at all. Everything was good.
So when you
And
said
even
goodbye,
during dinner. Oh, I'm sorry. What'd you say?
So when you said goodbye after the kiss, you said it was just a simple kiss, romantic kiss, passionate kiss?
No, it was just like it was. It was our first kiss, so it was. There was some building up to it, but I kissed her and I told her that I had a great time, and she had the reaction like she liked the kiss and said yeah, and she even said like I'll see you later. And also during dinner, and I was going to mention this before, she even said that this was the best date that she had been on in years.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. In years.
Yes,
Wow.
in years.
Okay.
So I would think with something like that, that would lead to another date.
You would think.
Yeah. And then I texted her a few times, but she's just not responding.
Well, because she doesn't feel like you'll ever be able to reproduce that. That's the best date in years.
You're going out on top.
Yeah, that's it.
You can never go back.
Take it and run with it.
Jeremy. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, guys. Like, I feel like I'm a pretty, I don't know I think they call it like emotional intelligence or whatever, but it's like, I feel like I had a good sense of like when people are enjoying themselves and when we're vibing and like, felt like we were. And I don't know. I can't figure this one out. So
You don't think that's something she says to all the boys, do you? This is the best date I've had in years. In years.
goodness, I hope not. I hope that she's not going out with lots of other guys.
I was going to say, is it possible she went out with someone the following night and it was even better than your date?
Yeah.
Oh, geez. Yeah. No, but I mean, like, our first date kind of felt like our fifth date, and our second date kind of felt like our seventh date. So it's like, I don't know. I felt really comfortable and really good with her. Like, I didn't feel like I had to, like, I didn't feel like I was on a job interview, which, like, I feel like sometimes when I'm on a date, that's how it feels. And this was just nice.
Yeah.
It was just comfortable. So it was just, I don't know. I had high hopes, but not even going into it. But once we were on our second date, I was like, I feel like I could see this girl for a while.
Yeah. So I don't know if you know her well enough. Like, are you guys connected on social media? Like, is there any way to tell if, heaven forbid, if something happened to her, or maybe she had to skip town real quick because her relative passed or something? I'm trying to think of other scenarios here. Assuming that everything she said was true, is there any way of knowing? Has she been active on social media, or are you not connected that way?
I'm on her gram, but she doesn't post like crazy. Like, she had like one post.
So she's alive.
I don't think anything happened to her. No, at least I hope not. Jeez, this has become a dark.
I know. Jeff took it real dark.
I know.
Man, should I not have gone down that route?
No, it's
it's
understandable.
okay.
I mean, depending on who you are, I think a lot of people just naturally think that way. I mean, it can be anything that I did.
But also
Surely
because
they're
it
in a
was so
ditch.
amazing, though, Jeff, you think like something had to have happened.
Right.
Trust me, I've had my share of like okay dates, and I've had my share of bad dates, and This was good.
And we've had our share of second date updates where we get a hold of the person and then we find out later, I had to rush out of town. My grandmother got ill or something, and I just haven't been able to center and regroup and get back to this person. So I hope everything's okay, obviously, and that we can get to the bottom of whatever went down here. But we do have to take a break before we attempt a call. So, Jeremy, if you can hang tight, we will be right back, and we will call Nancy and see what's happened to her since her dates with Jeremy. Coming up as Second Date Update continues here at Cincinnati's Q102.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
When it comes to windows, doors, roofing, siding, and gutters, I'm a fan of Universal Windows Direct. And right now, you can get 15% off roofing, siding, and gutters. Check out uwdsouthwestohio.com or call 513-755-1800.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
Okay, so Jeremy met Nancy on Match. They've actually been out a couple of times. They had both the luncheon and dinner. Both went very well. Jeremy made the point. He said both these dates felt like the fifth and seventh date. That's how familiar they felt with each other. They hit it off so well. She's got a great laugh, a bit shy at times, but that just sort of added to the mystery. After the dinner date, they went in separate cars back to his place. She just stayed for a drink, not that long. They shared a kiss, but it was all good. Not only did she say, "I'll see you later," which implies that they would see each other later,
right?
But she said to him at dinner earlier that night, "This is the best date I've had in years."
Years, she said.
Right? Is there anything else I missed, Jeremy, that you think is pertinent that latecomers need to know before we make the call?
No, but I think I don't know. I think I'm pretty good on a date. So I don't know. I'm really racking my brain here, guys. I really can't figure it out. I can't.
I'm finding him very likable. You know what I mean? In general.
Thank you.
Like,
Seems genuine.
yeah, totally.
Easy to talk to,
Right.
positive.
Yeah, I feel like this is
Absolutely.
our fifth second date update we've done with you.
I know, at least, maybe 7.
So this could be the best second date update we've had in years. I don't know.
I'm feeling it.
All right, let's call Nancy and see what happened to her.
Hello,
Hi, Nancy.
speaking.
There she is. It's Jeff and Jen at Q102. How are you this morning?
Oh my God, Jeff and Jen?
We're glad you're okay.
Hi.
What?
Well,
Why are you guys calling me?
You've been MIA.
I have?
Well, at least as far as Jeremy is concerned. You went out with Jeremy a couple times. He hasn't heard from you
Oh,
since.
this is a second date update? No way.
Yeah. Second date update.
Oh.
Welcome.
Yes.
Yeah, he really wants to do this, huh? You sure?
Well, this is confusing to Jeremy and to us after speaking with Jeremy, because he said at one point during the date, you said this was the best date you've had in years. You went back to his place for a nightcap.
Uh-huh.
It sounded like you were open to seeing him again. So was there a missed cue? Or did something happen after? What's going on?
You guys, you don't even know. This is so crazy. Just to be totally clear, I would not normally air someone's dirty laundry on the radio like this, but he called you, so he broke up my sister's marriage.
What?
He what?
So my sister's husband screwed around with a guy on his softball team. She caught them, and he's that guy.
I'm sorry. Your brother-in-law
We need a
who was
schematic
married to
of
your
this.
sister.
We need a moment.
I'm just trying to do the math.
Okay, go ahead, Jeff.
So your sister, her husband, your brother-in-law, stepped out with Jeremy.
Yeah.
And you know this.
That is. Yeah, because when I went into his house for that nightcap that we had at the end of the night, and I walk in and he's got pictures on the wall, and one of them, framed picture on the wall, is his team winning some tournament, and my my sister's husband is in that picture.
Whoa.
Okay.
But what? Okay.
So how did you put it together that he was the guy?
So I just took a picture of the picture. Like, he went into the kitchen to grab drinks, and I like did some quick spy action
Okay.
and took that photo and sent it to my sister. And I'm like, I circled his face in the picture, and I said, "Is this the guy?" And she said, "Oh, yes, it is."
Whoa.
Okay.
So,
Wow.
yeah. Step one, he's into dudes, which is whatever, but not something that I'm here for. I'm looking for someone who's looking for a woman. And step two, he ruined my sister's life. So, like, go do what you want to do, but don't hook up with married men. That's just not cool. I mean, cheating is not something that is something I'm interested in being any part of.
Jeremy?
This is a lot.
Wait, can I get like a moment to like catch up here? Okay.
I'm sorry, you don't know how many men on the softball team have you had sex with?
One. And I didn't know that he was married at the time. And to be fair, I ended it as soon as I found out.
Well, not soon enough.
Wait, you ended.
you.
So you admit to having a relationship with this married man, her brother-in-law.
It wasn't a relationship.
And when were you going to mention that guys are part of your roster?
I was going to do it on our third date. I always tell before any sex happens because, I mean, I know that, some people have concerns and stuff like that, but to be honest, is like it a big deal that I like the person and not the gender? Like, does that matter so much to you?
Call me old-fashioned, but personally, I want to be with someone who wants to be with me and is attracted to women. I mean, especially knowing what happened to my sister, if I were in a relationship with you, I'd be scared of you going behind my back to bang any hot guy that walks by.
I wasn't, okay, this is kind of we're getting into stereotypes here. So if I'm not into one, that's the only way to be monogamous, is if you're into one gender. That's just the problem. People think if you're into the person and not the individual body parts that they have, that you
were into a married man.
Yeah, the
You were into a
infidelity
married man.
is.
I didn't know it at the time. I didn't know that at the time. And when I did, I ended it. And I said that. And listen, I feel bad. I feel really bad. I had no idea. I didn't.
If that hadn't happened with the brother-in-law and you'd gone out on a third date with him and he had told you that he dates both men and women, would you have been okay with continuing to date him at that point?
I mean, I don't know. I don't think so. It's just not my thing, personally. It's just not my thing. I don't know, dude.
It's not about your thing. Listen, I like you for who you are. I still do, and I feel bad that this happened. Like, this doesn't mean that I would ever cheat on you or I'd ever be like, wow, I'm really missing out on something, right? This is just a giant misconception society has about individuals just like myself, right? You can love a person and be into a person, and it doesn't really matter what they have between their legs. It doesn't. Who cares? It's so rigid and silly. Can't we just be people? Like, for real?
But also, can't Nancy choose to be with someone who is attracted to only women? People are attracted to who they're attracted to, just like you.
What if someone just attracted to her, which is what I am? And I'm sorry that this happened. I really am. And I'm sorry to your brother-in-law or ex-brother-in-law, and I'm sorry for your sister. I know, and I would have never done it. And I would have been faithful if you wanted this to continue, which obviously you don't. I would have been.
You're a sweet guy, and I'm sorry. This is just more than I can handle. And you keep saying that you're so into me, but this is who I am. So I think you're looking for somebody else.
Yeah, the date's never going to happen. You know, like, you can't bring him to Thanksgiving regardless.
Right. So true.
Okay.
Well, I'm really sorry because I think both of you sound like very, very nice people. So I hope you both find what you're looking for.
Yeah.
There is, though, there is that sort of stereotype that, like, oh, guys who like guys, man, all they do is screw every night with everybody all the time. It's not how it is.
It's not accurate.
No.
Yeah, but some people also can't get over the fact that you've slept with the other. You know what I mean? Like,
hey, whatever sex
but
it
even
is,
like sometimes men are like, I can't, like, even with women sleep with other women, men are like, I can't, some people find it very exciting, but some people are like, how do I know she's into me because she's hooking up with women?
Well, some people who often worry about their partner messing around on them. You know, if you're in a strictly heterosexual relationship, then if I'm the woman in the relationship, I'm worried about my man screwing around with other women. If he's into both men and women, then I'm worried about him screwing around with everybody.
Yeah.
Or anybody.
With
And that's-
everybody.
Yeah. And
Honestly.
that's a lot to keep track of.
Yeah.
Right?
And some people can't get over that.
They can't. They can't. It's true.
Jeremy, thank you for putting yourself out there. Sorry that it
Yeah.
went down the road that it did, but that's no one's
Totally
fault.
unexpected.
Yep. And Nancy, we appreciate you having the conversation with us.
Yeah.
And tell your sister I'm sorry. I mean it.
Okay, guys. Thank you both.
Thank you.
All righty. If you need us for a second date update, it's very simple. Send us an email, Jeff and Jenn at WKRQ.com.
Coming up, your shot at $1,000. It's the